guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a rapid review video on the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This is a new product by e.l.f. and part of the reason why I wanted to review this for you guys is because A, it's a little bit expensive for e.l.f. This is $14. And one of my favorite foundations ever is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Similar packaging, and I think they maybe got their inspiration from them a little bit, and this is one of my favorite foundations, so I wanted to see if this is comparable at all. So I'm actually wearing it on my skin today. This is kind of what it looks like when I'm all done up, and I use the color Light 210 Neutral. And this is a pretty thick formula. As you guys can see in the video, I applied it with a Beauty Blender sponge, which is my favorite way to apply it. And it's a nice thick formula, which I tend to kind of gravitate towards thicker foundations. I just like them better. And this was actually pretty easy to match because there's 20 shades, which I think is pretty good, especially for a cheaper brand. And you can shop based on warm, cool, and neutral. Now I know that I'm a neutral skinned person, so when I clicked on the neutral shades, it kind of narrowed it down to the shades that would work well for me, and I bought through the neutral shades. Whereas if you're a cooler person or a warmer person, it will narrow down the shades a little bit and it can help you that way. So I felt like that was a really cool aspect to buying this foundation, and I feel like 20 shades is pretty good. The IT Cosmetics one actually only has 12 shades. So I feel like that's a step up definitely because this is almost like double the amount of shades. So this comes with 1.05 fluid ounces and it is a pump applicator. And this also has SPF 30, which you guys know I'm a huge advocate for SPF on your skin. I wear SPF in my moisturizer every day, and it's just a plus having SPF in your foundation just in case you don't have SPF in your moisturizer. This is SPF 30, the IT Cosmetics one is SPF 50. So I do kind of gravitate towards the higher SPFs just because I think the more you can protect the skin on your face, the better. Trust me, I'm 35 years old, and for those of you that are young and watching me, start wearing SPF now. You will not regret it. It keeps you young. I'm telling you, SPF is your answer. So this has SPF 30, which is amazing. So this actually advertises itself as natural finish with full coverage, which in my opinion, those two things don't really go hand in hand, natural finish, full coverage. I feel like if you have a full coverage foundation, you're not gonna get a very natural finish. But the thing about this is I feel like the natural finish thing is correct, but it's definitely more of a medium coverage in my opinion. Like I wouldn't apply this if I was going for something like HD or anything like that. I definitely feel like it has a more medium coverage, and you can also get pretty light coverage if you don't apply very much of this, but it does have a very natural finish, which I really like. I would love to wear this like in Hawaii, or if I'm going on like a vacation and I just want something really, really lightweight. I definitely could see myself packing this. Now this has collagen, peptides, and niacinamides. Now the niacinamides are supposed to brighten and like even out your skin tone, and then the peptides are supposed to refresh your complexion. Now this also has hyaluronic acid in it, which is supposed to help with moisture, and it's supposed to help lock in moisture, which I definitely think that this foundation is extremely moisturizing. This is definitely a great foundation for those of you with dry skin because it's extremely moisturizing. Now as you guys can see in the video of me applying it, it has a very shiny, glowy finish to it, and it kind of stayed that way. You can kind of see under my eyes and in this area, it's very, very shiny. And it's because it was extremely moisturizing. So if you do suffer with like dry skin or dry skin patches, I feel like this would be great. The only downside to this is it didn't mattify on its own at all. Like, you know how some foundations will dry on their own a little bit? This didn't really do that. It just stayed really, really glowy and really wet. And so I had to set it with a powder. Like there was no way I was gonna get away with not setting this. You may be able to if you have really, really dry skin or you don't use very much of it. I had to set it under my eyes. I just put my Beauty Blender in my powder and kind of dabbed it in under my eyes, and then I just used a fluffy brush for the rest of my face. But I did notice because it was so moisturizing, it did kind of settle into my fine lines under my eyes, and halfway through applying my makeup, like my eyeshadow and everything, I did have to go back in with my Beauty Blender and blend out the foundation again because it was settling into my fine lines again. And I think the reason why is because this is so glowy and such a wet and moisturizing foundation that there was no drying at all. If this did have some mattifying properties and it did kind of dry on its own, I don't feel like it would have settled into my fine lines as much. So if you have a lot of wrinkles, you may want to be a little bit weary of this because it very well might settle into those fine lines because it is such a moisturizing foundation. But with older skin and more mature skin, foundations like this can actually look really, really good. And I actually prefer foundations like this for people with older, more mature skin tones. If you go too matte with mature skin, it can make your skin look even older. I feel like glowier foundations tend to work better for mature skin, so you could definitely give this a try and see if it works for you. I do feel like this is actually pretty long lasting. I have normal skin and it's extremely like neutral. It's like right in the middle. I don't break out easily. I don't have super oily skin, but I don't have super dry skin. And I feel like this does last a long time. I just wish that it kind of dried on its own a little bit. That was the only con to this foundation. Now, if we're gonna compare this to the IT Cosmetics one, like I said, the IT Cosmetics one is only 12 shades and it is $39. So this is like much, much, much less than the IT Cosmetics one. And I feel like it's very, very comparable if we're being honest. If I had to give this a star rating, I definitely would give it probably 4 stars. I definitely see myself picking this up, but for days where I want a lighter finish. But I definitely wouldn't use this on days where I want like that high coverage, you know, HD look. This would not be the one that I would go for. I'm not gonna say that this is as good as the IT Cosmetics one, because the IT Cosmetics one definitely has 5 stars in my book, so this is only 1 star less, but it's very comparable if you do want something similar. If it would have had a little bit more of a mattifying quality, I think I would have liked this just a little bit more, so I wouldn't have to use so much powder, and I think it would have helped so it wouldn't fall into like my fine lines and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it's pretty good, 4 stars. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching my rapid review video, and stay tuned, subscribe, press the bell notifications if you guys want to see more rapid reviews. I hope these videos are helpful, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.